Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Chris and our goal is to give you the information you need to be able to have the best relationship you can with your dog. Now today's video is going to be about proper feeding and the importance of proper feeding for the longevity of your dog's life. Now there's three main things that we're going to cover in this. And before we get into those, it's important to understand that we're on the same page when it comes to something called food drive. Food drive is something that a dog is born with, no different than any other animal out there in the world. A natural food drive is where a dog is going to want to eat ravenously as much as they can, as fast as they can. And the reason why is because then everything in their body goes towards digesting that food. That's where you'll see dogs drooling when they're anticipating eating. And when they finally get that food and they eat it, their body is handling it how it was designed and putting it everywhere it needs to go. Where if you free feed, which means you're just leaving the food out, you're gonna run the risk of killing that food drive, which means that the body just kind of works as necessary or when it decides to process that food. And that's actually less healthy for your dog. So let's talk about the three benefits of why you wanna feed with proper food drive. And at the end, we're gonna talk about how to bring back that food drive if your dog has lost it. Reason number one, it allows you to manipulate your dog's weight to the pound. A dog's body is not designed to be overweight. Its organs are actually designed to filter out toxins for a natural body weight, which is slightly on the lean side. So if your dog is overweight, that means that there's toxins running in their system. And over time, that's when you're gonna start to see issues like fatty tumors and cancer and arthritis, skin issues, ear issues, skeletal issues. So we want to do what we can to be able to keep our dogs healthy, and keeping them lean is the best way to do it. Now, how do you know if your dog is overweight or not? If your dog has a short coat, you want to just barely be able to see the last couple ribs. And what I mean by that is just faint. Now, if your dog has a thicker coat or longer hair, then you have to kind of do it by feel. And if you feel the other ribs, you're gonna feel that there's kind of a layer over them, but as you start to move back to the last couple ribs, you're gonna start to feel them a little bit more pronounced. Or what you can look at is you can look at their waist. If they look like they have a waist, when the rib cage goes up in the back, and they look like they have a waist, and it almost makes them athletic looking, that's also a good sign that your dog is a good weight. Now, reason two is because if your dog has a really good food drive, they're pretty much gonna eat no matter where you go. So if you like to travel with your dogs and you're feeding them at hotel rooms or at other people's homes, or you're going camping or whatever it might be, your dog is more likely to never miss a meal because they know that they have a window of opportunity to eat, and they take advantage of that, and it allows you to be able to, again, help keep them have the energy they need for their activity level as you move forward with your day. And the third and probably most important reason is this. If your dog's not feeling well, the very first sign of it is going to be through their food consumption and their water intake. So say that you have a dog that you've been feeding, and every time you put the food down, the dog just eats it right up. Now, when you've gone months or years of your dog not missing a meal, but one day you put food down and they kind of sniff it and walk away, what you want to do is you want to look at their weight. Are they overweight? If they are starting to get a little overweight, that's their body saying, don't eat, it's not healthy. Now, if they're not overweight, start to watch and see what their water consumption is. What's their stool look like? Are they acting lethargic? The reason why this is important is because right off the bat, your dog's first signal is it doesn't want food for some reason. And again, that's probably because your dog's not feeling well. So you start to watch your dog. You start to notice they are a little lethargic, or maybe they're consuming more water than normal, or their stool is abnormal. When you take your dog to the vet's gonna ask you, when was the last time your dog ate? You're gonna be able to say, a day or two ago. I put food down, my dog never misses a meal, and then they started to act a little lethargic. They're consuming a bunch of water, and I've noticed that their stool is a little off. Right off the bat, the vet is able to sit there and start making check marks to be able to help diagnose your dog. Whereas if you do free feed, you may not notice what's going on with your dog until it's possibly too late, or until your dog gets far enough into it where now it's a bigger expense at the vet as well. So the benefits to feeding a dog this way isn't just about manipulating your dog's weight to keep them healthier, but it's also about when they do get sick. It's normally the very first sign that your dog isn't feeling well. And so that abnormality in their routine lets you know, I've got to pay attention to my dog because there's a good chance they're not feeling well. And then when you do get to the vet, you're able to give them a lot of information that helps them serve you and your dog better. Now, a couple tips of how to create good food drive and how to keep your dog safe when they do eat ravenously. So when you go to feed your dog, put the food down. If your dog sniffs it and walks away, pull it until the next feeding time. So if you feed twice a day and you put it down in the morning and your dog chooses not to eat, your dog is telling you, I'll just come and get it later. Put that food away until the next feeding time. If your dog then comes back and tries to find that food later in the day and it's not there, you start to give them a reason to want to eat the next time you put it down. It'll get to the point where the dog starts to take advantage of that moment. Now, if you have a dog that starts really eating ravenously, and I'm talking like they're woofing it down, don't get bowls that have mazes and different things like that to make it harder for them to eat. Just put water on it. What I do with my dogs, I have 3 dogs, and what I do is I put the amount of food in to maintain a good healthy body weight. I put in just enough water to lift that food off the bottom of the bowl. I put it down for them and it's gone within a minute or 2. So that's how you can create good food drive for your dog. I hope this video is beneficial to you. Thanks for watching, and again, have a great day. Bye.